Back now to the situation in South Sudan, where government forces have retaken the town of Bor in Jonglei State. Sabit Abbe Alley is the South Sudanese Ambassador to the UK. He joins us from London. Good to have you with us, sir. As we could see from pictures coming in from Bor, bodies littering the streets. The UN is talking about mass extrajudicial killings. Have your government forces been involved in any extrajudicial killings?
No, I don't think so. I don't think the government has been involved in the killing of innocent civilians. I think this must be the forces of the renegade Riek Machar who have committed these atrocities in Bor.
So how do you respond then to media reports of government soldiers in some neighborhoods, even in Juba, of firing indiscriminately into what they believe are Noor houses?
No, I don't think that is accurate. That's absolutely false. Juba has been quiet for the last 4 or 5 days. There has been no gunshots at all in the town. So whatever reports you are getting, I think they're inaccurate, they're false, it's not true.
I might point out these are not just my reports. I was reading them on even newspapers like the Washington Post.
Well, I think that those reports are false. There has been no fighting, there has been no shooting in Juba for the last 4 or 5 days, as I said.
Right, now, how will the government deal with the request for the release of the Vice President's allies? That seems to be an issue which is holding up the possibility of talks starting in the country.
Yeah, I think the President spoke clearly. He was talking in Parliament and he made his position very clear, the position of the government, that he would be willing to release those who are allied to Riek Machar, who are involved in planning the coup which took place last Sunday, except that he would want somebody to be held responsible. I don't think it would be wise just to release people who have been involved in planning to overthrow the government by use of force, to release them without them going through the legal process.
So if the government doesn't release these allies, it seems that talks will not begin. Where does that leave your strategy for ending the conflict?
I don't think that the talks should be predicated on conditions. If Riek is asking that his colleagues, his allies, must be released before he talks to the government, I think this is the wrong approach. The government has been very clear. The government is willing to talk. The President has said this over and over again, that he is willing to talk,
sir,
without any conditions.
I
Yes.
understand you don't think that should be a precondition, but it seems that is from the perspective of the former Vice President. And let me put the question to you this way. Do you think the problem in South Sudan is a political one or a security one?
It is definitely a political problem, and I think that if Riek is willing to talk, the government is willing to talk, and the problem will be resolved.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thanks so much, Sabit Abbe Alley.